Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. We are discussing parenting styles. In the first lecture, we discussed what are different types of parenting and what are the factors which determines any specific type of parenting. That was the warmth and control. Then in the second lecture, we discussed the uninvolved parenting. Then we discussed the permissive parenting. Then in another lecture, we discussed the authoritarian parenting. And in the last lecture, we discussed authoritative parenting. Today, we shall discuss what is the best type of parenting and how to go about that, how to adopt that parenting style. So as I said, that today's discussion is about what is the best parenting style. Different factors which determine how a child turns out is the parenting style. What was the parenting style? What are the cultural and ethnic differences? What is the child temperament? And parenting style versus specific parenting practices. These are the different factors which determines the child development psychologically, and nature versus nurture, how they go about. We discussed these four types: the uninvolved or neglectful, the permissive, the authoritative, and authoritarian. The four main parenting styles used in child psychology today are, we discussed this: neglectful, which is called uninvolved or disengaged; then permissive, which is called indulgent or lenient; and then authoritarian, which is disciplinarian; and authoritative, which is disciplinarian, but it gives you discipline to the children. These are based on the work of developmental psychologist Diana Burmine in the University of California at Berkeley in 1960s, and then the Eleanor McCoby and John Martin, who contributed to this in 1980s. And this theory posits that there is a close relationship between the type of parenting style and children's behavior. And what the study shows, that 46%, these are the authoritative parenting, while the 10% is neglectful, 19% or 18% is permissive, and the 26% is authoritative. It means almost half of the parenting, by and large, they are authoritative. So around 50 or 54% of the parents, they need to change their parenting style. This I have shown to you again and again. Then on one hand, if this is the love and warmth, and on the other hand, this is the limits and control. So when there is no love and warmth and no limits or control, this will lead to uninvolved parenting. But if there is a lot of love and warmth, but less a minimum limits and control, this will lead to permissive parenting. But if there is a lot of limits and control, but minimal love and warmth, this will lead to authoritative. The best is authoritarian. The best is authoritative when there is limits and control, as well as there is love and warmth. So this is the desirable parenting style. The four parenting styles which we discussed. If you are not a parent, then please think about which parenting style of your parents have. If my viewers, if you are not parents, then think about your parents, to which class they fall: permissive, uninvolved, authoritative, or authoritarian. If you are parents, then you should think about yourself, which category you fall in. Either you are permissive, uninvolved, authoritarian, or authoritative. We know authoritative parenting style has considered the best because it's a perfect balance of rules and affection. Children, they raised by authoritative parents, are happy, they are competent, they are respectful and successful. They rarely show signs of problematic addiction, alcoholism, or problems of law because of their control of parents over them have showed to teach them good behavior. They receive so much love growing up and uphill, fulfill themselves, and have stable and secure relationship with others. In parenting, there is no one size fits all. At times you may be authoritative, at times you may become authoritarian, sometimes permissive, and sometimes uninvolved. But this is the most of the times what you are. You don't need to subscribe to just one tribe, as there may be times when you have to use a varied parenting approach, but in moderation. This is all important. The most successful patrons know when to change their style depending on their situation. These are the most successful parents when they know when to change their parenting style. But most of the time, it matters which type you are. An authoritative parent, for example, may want to become more permissive when a child is ill by continuing to provide warmth and letting go of some control. This is what happens. A permissive parent may be more strict of child's safety at a stake, like when crossing a busy road. At the end of the day, you use your best judgment. Remember that the parenting style that works best for your family at that time is the one you should use. If you are the neglectful parent, you will be cold and unresponsive, no rules, uninvolved, indifferent, and what happens? The child becomes impulsive behavior, delinquency, drug, alcohol abuse, and suicide behaviors. But if it's permissive, we know there's a lot of warmth and responsiveness, few or no rules, indulgent, lenient, and what they lead, the child becomes impulsive behavior, egocentric, poorer social skills, and problematic relationships. In authoritarian, the parents are unresponsive, strict rules, high expectation, expect blind outcomes, but the outcome is that there is lower academic performance, less self-esteem, poor social skills, mental illness, drug, alcohol, and delinquency. The authoritative parents, they are warm and responsive, they set clear rules, high expectation, they are supportive, they value independence, and the outcome is that children, they are higher academic performance, more self-esteem, better social skills, less mental illness, and lower delinquency. So, this is all important that your parenting style has impact on your children, and this is the reason that you should analyze yourself that predominantly what type of parenting style you have. Try to be authoritative most of the times, but there may be times when you become authoritarian, you may become neglectful, you may become permissive. This depends upon the time, but the desirable parenting style is, of course, the authoritative, because the children of authoritative parents, they perform better academically as well as socially in the society, as well as in the community, as well as in the family. So I hope by this series, I have been able to bring the salient features of different parenting styles to you, and just in an attempt that if you are parents, you analyze what type of parenting style you have and how to change to which class. And because your parenting style is directly related to the outcomes of your children. So I stop here. I hope this attempt was successful to the limit that you may analyze yourselves and try to change, improve your parenting style. So it's goodbye from my side. Take care. Khuda Hafiz.